I know you are probably wondering how this tiny insect could stand its ground against a snake, but this is just one of the funny encounters we find about praying mantis in the field. From the weird biology to its cannibalism nature, we will explore the insect that decided it was a dragon. Before we analyze each fight scenes of the praying mantis, let us quickly take a look at the different species of them and what makes them above in the food chain. When you look at a praying mantis, you aren't looking at one big bug. You're looking at an elite legion of 2,400 different species. From the 6-inch Chinese mantis that snatches birds out of the sky to the orchid mantis that literally hacks the eyes of its prey by pretending to be a flower, these are the most diverse assassins on the planet. You can find them almost anywhere, but they own the tropics. They've successfully infiltrated every continent except Antarctica. If you have a garden in the US, chances are one of them is watching you right now. But here is the catch. They are built for a die-young lifestyle. Most species only live for 6 months to a year. They spend their entire lives in a sprint, growing, killing, and mating before the first frost of winter ends their watch. They have 1 year to dominate the food chain, and they don't waste a single second. A mantis is one of the most efficient hunters in the insect world, and its body is built like a biological trap. First, its front legs. They're not normal legs. They're folded, like spring-loaded blades, lined with sharp spines. When prey gets close, those legs snap forward in less than 1/10 of a second, pinning the victim instantly. Then there's its vision. Unlike most insects, mantises can turn their heads almost 180 degrees and have stereoscopic vision, meaning they can judge distance with surprising accuracy. That's how they can strike a moving target with deadly precision. But the most disturbing feature might be their patience. A mantis can stay perfectly motionless for hours, blending into leaves or branches, waiting for something to come within reach. And when it does, the attack is so fast, most prey never even sees it happen. In the wild, that combination of speed, precision, and patience makes the praying mantis one of the most dangerous predators its size has ever evolved, and not even a snake 10 times its size could keep up. The mantis surely knows how to pin its prey down. This fascinating ability all lies in the physics of those raptorial legs. They are lined with rows of chitinous spines that function like a biological ratchet. Once they sink into the scales, the more the snake thrashes, the deeper the spikes lock. And since the mantis doesn't have venom to end the struggle quickly, it uses mandibles that's made of hardened protein to literally unzip the snake's skin and eat from there. As if that is not enough, just watch how this lizard quickly turned from a predator to a prey. Their grip are very strong enough to hold a lizard and twist its neck and start feeding from there. The poor lizard had to give up its life, even though it never imagined that its life would end by a tiny little creature half its size. And I think by merely looking at the mantis, one can clearly see that it looks like an alien. And that is why they actually have some alien attributes. A female praying mantis will occasionally eat the head of a male while they're mating. Now, the male mantis can still move after losing its head, and this is due to the nerves in its abdomen that can work on their own without the brain. These nerves get activated, and sometimes allow the male to continue mating for a longer period of time. Afterwards, the female mantis has been known to continue to eat the rest of the male. Their mating period can last several hours, with a single session sufficient for the female to lay multiple egg cases. The mantis begins its life as a tiny nymph, barely visible among leaves, but even at that stage, it's already a hunter. Unlike many insects that start off feeding on plants or tiny organic material, mantises are predators from the moment they hatch. Hundreds of baby mantises emerge from a single egg case called an ootheca, and almost immediately, they begin hunting. In fact, the first prey many mantis babies encounter is each other. Cannibalism is not rare here, it's survival. The faster and more aggressive individuals grow quickly, while the slower ones disappear. From the beginning, the mantis learns the most important rule of its existence: strike first. It will first pull out its eyes and start the meal from there. No matter how the prey struggles, it seems it's already too late when it gets between the claws. Most mantises start with the head of their prey. This is because the head contains the brain, which controls movement. By removing it first, the mantis prevents the prey from fighting effectively. You might still see the captured insect still twitching or moving, but that doesn't matter. The mantis holds its prey tightly with its forelegs, while its powerful jaws begin tearing into the body. They move side to side like sharp cutting blades, slicing through the outer shell of insects. The mantis chews slowly but continuously, breaking down the prey piece by piece. And since the mantis eats its prey alive, it doesn't have to worry about other predators coming to steal its meal. And mantises are not picky eaters. They are opportunistic predators, which means they will attempt to eat almost anything they can overpower. As soon as it spots a prey, its killer instinct kicks in to attack immediately. It will do all it takes to pin the mole cricket down. Usually, for smaller opponents, the mantis would exert its weight on it to exhaust the prey before finally striking the head with their mandible. Although the mantis won the fight over the cricket, we can't say the same against an Asian giant hornet. The Asian giant hornet has a thick exoskeleton. Even if the mantis grabs it, the hornet can twist its body and sting the mantis's abdomen or thorax. Since mantises have relatively soft bodies compared to beetles or some other insects, a successful sting can be fatal. If the hornet can manage to sting the praying mantis, the venom can quickly disable or kill the mantis. While the hornet had the victory over the mantis, the same cannot be said for this green snake over here. The mantis would hold onto its mouth to prevent it from stinging. The biomechanical advantage of mantis predation lies in their speed and accuracy, striking with high velocity and generating significant force. This allows them to catch prey off guard, including small snakes. One bite is often deadly, enough to cause severe pain. And while the mantis seems to be ready for a kill, its goal most of the time would be just to eat portions of the snake and let it go its way. So, when you really think about it, the praying mantis isn't powerful because it's big, it's powerful because it's built perfectly for the role it plays in nature. Every part of its body is engineered for one purpose: ambush. The mantis doesn't waste energy chasing prey. It lets the world come closer and closer until the perfect moment arrives. That single moment, the strike, is where the mantis wins battles against animals that seem much larger than itself. Because in nature, size alone rarely guarantees victory. A perfectly timed ambush can overcome strength. Precision can overcome speed, and patience can overcome power. This is why the praying mantis has remained such an effective predator for years. It simply relies on a strategy that has proven itself over and over again. Strike only when success is almost certain. For an insect that many people overlook, the mantis represents something fascinating about the natural world. It reminds us that survival isn't always about being the strongest animal in the environment. Sometimes, it's about being the most precise. If you get to this point, leave a comment down below and make sure you subscribe.